Lord have mercy. The shade on this episode. You can literally build a castle using all of those shades. Oh my God. These ladies are savage. These ladies are savage. They are petty. They are crazy. They are really crazy. But you know what? This episode currently stands as one of my favorite episodes for this entire season of the Real Housewives of Abuja. Yes, I know that I am yet to see the remaining episodes of this season to come. Yes, I know. But I mean, guys, I thoroughly enjoyed the conversations that were had on this particular episode, especially the conversation about ageism. Oh my God. I could literally relate with how the ladies were feeling. Guys, I could totally relate, partying with younger people, partying with your godson, partying with your son's age mates. Hey God, guys, I was literally putting myself in Arafa's shoes, in Comfort shoes. I could totally relate. But on the flip side, I could also relate to where Tutu was coming from, where Princess was coming from. Posharella, that one was the only person having fun at that party. But ladies and gentlemen, I really enjoyed that conversation. And then brunch, Tutupie, getting all vulnerable in front of the ladies, telling her story. I kind of have my reservations about Tutupie's, not her story now, but about how her story has kind of shaped her. I really have my reservations, and I'm going to share my thoughts about that on this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. So please make sure you watch to the end of this video. And as usual, I will encourage all of you to go ahead and share with me your thoughts as well. All right. And you are all specially welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory, and I am the girl with the T. If you are new here and you are yet to become a part of this community, please do not hesitate to do exactly what you see on your screen so that you'll be able to receive alerts of my videos whenever I upload a new one. All right, now quickly, let's proceed into the details of this conversation. So Tutupie is still hosting the ladies. Yes, they are still on staycation, and just as expected, the ladies were having some sort of recap after their yoga session about the previous night where they had Jaruma in their midst, coming to create drama and give all of that spice. And I'm still here hoping that in episodes to come that we get more features of Jaruma, because that lady really spiced up episode 3 of the show. But anyways, they were just having a recap of what had happened. They were actually giving accolades to Princess, for the bass that she had on behalf of the women given to Jaruma, because of course it was obvious that they were all also offended by the things that Jaruma was saying, but they had chosen to just keep it cool. But Princess could not contain her disgust at all of the things that Jaruma was saying. And then they were also encouraging Tutupie to go ahead and follow up with Jaruma, call her up, just check up on her, because of the manner in which Jaruma had left the party out of annoyance. Yeah, so they just told her that as a good host, it's your duty, to go ahead to check up on one of your guests, and just make sure that they are okay. And then there was also a point where later on, OJ had solicited for help from Tutupie on our upcoming album launch. Guys, we all know that Posharella is very passionate about her business, her charity, organizations, and also about music, about singing. At the start of the season, we had actually seen her in the studio doing her thing, flexing her vocals, and now she's about to take it serious. So Tutupie said, of course, that she was going to help, because as Tutupie had declared on the show, during our introduction, she's well connected. She's the plug. You want anything in Abuja, you want to meet anybody, you want to get into the biggest of the biggest circle in Abuja, you want to get into the upper echelon of Abuja, Tutupie is the plug. So Posharella was kind of soliciting for assistance from Tutupie, and Tutupie said definitely she was going to help. Now, guys, fast forward to the brunch. Ladies and gentlemen, this was where the drama started. Before we get into the details of that brunch event, I have a very honest and probably naive question to ask. Please, for those of you that are fashionistas, for those of you that understand the rules of fashion when it comes to different occasions, what exactly is the appropriate fit Yeah, like the appropriate outfit or outlook, for a brunch occasion. Because, guys, I've seen a lot of these Real Housewives franchise, and the way these ladies dress, it's like they're going to pay a courtesy visit to the queen of the world, or they are going to, I don't know, it's like a carnival of all those fascinators. Everything is just so overly exaggerated. What is it? Take a chill pill. The outfits always so over the top, always exaggerated. Like, guys, it's a lot. Even the way the ladies were criticizing one another's outfits, Arafa was busy hammering on what Tutupie, the host, was wearing, on what Princess was wearing. But guys, let's be very frank about it. Princess was really looking like a part of the interior decor of that space, because what was that? Look, I mean, don't get me wrong. She was actually looking good. Like, she was looking amazing. I really love her fashion sense, but sometimes I just feel like Princess especially is just doing too much. Kilo Day, the outfit, it was outstanding. It was very, very conspicuous. It was very, very obvious. That blue and orange, oh my God, I was feeling so bad for Princess. At some point, I was just wishing that somebody had given her the memo that, girl, don't wear blue and orange. Because for real, just like Arafa said, Princess was really looking like the chandelier that was supposed to hang above the ceiling of that space, because the colors, it was a lot. But really, I would love to know, guys, please go ahead and share in the comment section below, because I don't get it. For brunch, do you really have to go all out for brunch, or do you have to look simple? Because if you ask me, I would tell you that the best dressed at that brunch event, or the person that actually dressed appropriately for that brunch event, was either Samantha or Comfort. Those two people really looked like they dressed for the occasion. And for me, simplicity was at its best for those two people. But for the rest of the ladies, oh my God, that was a lot. That was just simply over the top. Guys, I cannot imagine myself carrying everything in my closet, dressing up just to go for brunch. That was just too much, yes. And I was just watching Arafa and Tutupie judging each other heavily during their confessionals, and I was having a good laugh, because, guys, it was like pot calling kettle black. Now, Tutupie felt like Arafa missed the memo. Arafa was dressed up like one who was going to the club, all those plenty gold, bling, bling, that it was literally entering her eyes. Arafa, on the other hand, was of the opinion that Tutupie, regardless of the fact that she's the host, that she did not dress to suit the occasion, that she looked like one of those Atilogun dancers. For those of you that don't understand what that means, Atilogun dancers are those people that dance cultural dance. I remember them back then when I was in secondary school. They were like the VVIPs of the school, but they always had this cultural attires that they wore around with pride. So when Arafa made that statement, guys, I was having a good laugh. I see, Arafa does not have a good mouth. Arafa is savage. Oh my God, Arafa is savage. Yeah, but I'm sorry to say, guys, but in as much as I admired all the ladies' outfits, it was just too much. So during brunch, Tutupie brought about a very, very fantastic idea. Now, according to her, she felt like the ladies should get to know one another on a very personal level. That from the lingerie party that they had, she discovered that they kind of had a lot of things in common. Yes, and she would love to know them better, because she felt like, friendships could brew up from this new circle. They could have a stronger bond, a stronger connection as friends, as sisters, so she wanted them to get to know one another better. And so she went first. Now, she told her story. She explained that she's a very, very loud person. She can be very, very chatty, and she throws shades a lot. Yes. And sometimes it might come across as though the shade is coming from a negative place. That no, it's actually coming from a good place. That it might also come across as she's probably very, very attacky, very, very defensive, very, very harsh or mean, but it's all coming from a place of one who had suffered abuse in a previous relationship, that she's coming from an abusive relationship.
My tantrums and my whole attack on defense mode, like gear 5 for no reason, It's obviously coming from an abusive relationship. It literally happened once, but like for the rest of my life, I feel like it's one of those. Sometimes I'm not really trying to be mean, but it's just my defense mechanism.
And all of those things that she's doing, she realized that she probably has a lot more healing to do. She's not completely healed from that abusive relationship. And so she was telling the ladies then that whenever they see her being that way, behaving that sort of way, that they should not really take it to heart. That what she's looking for at that point in time is attention and comfort. So they should not really take it a bad way. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when she made that statement, I kind of felt uncomfortable and I had my reservations because it completely reminded me of people who would normally make statements like, oh, if you think I'm acting like a biatch, it's because I'm a Piscean or I'm a Scorpio, or, people do shit and then they blame it on their zodiac sign. And then it makes you wonder, like, okay, do they think that we're actually stupid? I mean, what I'm trying to say is a lot of people blame their excesses, their bad behavior on their zodiac sign. And when I listen to people that do that, I just feel like they're very, very unserious people. I feel like they are individuals that do not want to take accountability for their actions. So instead, they blame it on their zodiac sign, which is actually very dumb to me. I mean, frankly speaking, I do not rate people like that. Yeah, because I just feel like they're just being plain selfish. Yeah, you're rude to people, you act badly to people, and then you expect them to understand that it's because of something you experienced in your past that is actually, engineering your bad behavior towards them. And when Tutupie was speaking, I was actually expecting her to say stuff like, okay, I will try to minimize the way I come across as mean to you ladies, yes, but please help me heal, help me find the healing, the change that I need. Ladies and gentlemen, Tutupie did not say anything like that. She did not sound like she wanted to change. She just dropped her story there, dropped her how a story has shaped her there, and then it was like, you ladies should swallow it, right? Anything you see from me, take it like that. And I'm like, okay, fine. In as much as I appreciate people that are very, very honest about who they really are, but where is room for improvement? Where is room for change? So when Tutupie, told that story and all of that, guys, to be frank with you, I just felt like, nah, this one, you're just being selfish. Yeah, you're probably used to getting all the attention you need. You're probably used to getting away with being all of that to people. And so you are in a new circle now, and you're expecting these women to swallow hook, line, and sinker your bad character because of your past experiences. I mean, I understand that all experiences make people do certain things. Experiences shape people, but I feel also, and I strongly believe, that if you do not allow your experiences to shape you, you can come out victorious, shining bright, and, treat people like human beings, be cool to people. You don't necessarily have to be nice, to be very honest, but you just act cordial, treat people right. Just treat people right. Anyways, for me, I just felt like Tutupie was coming off as selfish. Yeah, she sounded spoiled. She sounded very, very selfish, and she sounded extremely indulged. Yes. And hey, I'm not excited that she had an abusive relationship. No, but if she had said that, oh, she was hoping to improve on her human skills, I would have been cool with that. Anyways, moving on, Samantha told the ladies that for her, she's a very, very cool, calm, reserved person, always observant, and she's more of in a shell. But when you get to know her better and she gets to know you better as well, she's very, very fun. She's cool. Tutupie interpreted that to be, all you ladies, F off. I'm only going to open up to you from my shell if I am comfortable enough to do so. When it was Arafa's turn, I'm going to be frank with you all, I was kind of waiting to hear something personal about Arafa, but I did not hear anything. Instead, what we saw was Arafa in tears. She was crying, and lamenting that she really missed her kids. Yeah, she had sent her kids abroad for school, and she says she misses them every day. And guys, not to come across as a very, very insensitive person, but I was wondering, like, okay, how is that a getting to know you on a personal level type of information? How? Oh, by the way, guys, you see that hammering noise? Please completely ignore it. There's work going on beside my building, so I don't know how to stop it right, but let's just continue. And then for OJ Posharella, she came with her Minister of Happiness vibes. Oh, she's all about love and light, but don't judge me and I will not judge you. I said spot on. That is how you put it. According to her as well, what you see is what you get. Now, when it got to Princess's turn, Princess said, she's all fun and vibes, yes, and she's very, very loud and she's very, very big on respect. So it is when you disrespect her that she's going to really, really drag you. I said, okay. There it is. Now, finally, it got to Comfort's turn. Comfort said, what do you want to know? What you see is what you get. But then during that confessional, she was of the opinion that the ladies were not being real. That the only person that was actually being real was Tutupie, who was bold enough to allow the ladies to see her get vulnerable, because they're used to the Tutupie that's very, very cut to the chase, you know, this, So she broke down telling people her story and what has kind of shaped who she is today, that was the realest she heard from the ladies. And I'm like, okay, Comfort, isn't that too judgmental of you? I mean, you are the one feeling like the ladies were not being real. Were you being real? Did you break down in tears? Did you tell anybody a sad story to help them know something better about you? Or did you tell them a happy story to let them know something about you? I mean, on the contrary, I felt like Comfort was the most evasive on that table. Yeah. I mean, I love Comfort. I love how vocal she is, how blunt she is, and how open-minded she is. But at that point in time, I just felt like she was being a bit kind of judgmental, because, hey, sis, you did not open up to anybody. So why are you judging the ladies that they were not being real? You too, you were not being real. And that's on period dot cap locks. How does Princess even put it again? Anyways, before brunch ended, Arafa, Tutupie were already rating the ladies' outfits. Now, for Arafa, it was a massive 0 for Tutupie, because for her, she got really disappointed by Tutupie's cultural outfit, you know, to brunch. And then for Tutupie, she said she already had a mental winner in her head. And so the next morning, she was going to present a reward to the winner. And of course, she chose Comfort and what's her name? OJ. And then she also included Princess, because according to her, Princess was going to kill her if she did not make it to the list of winners. And Tutupie already was anticipating a fight amongst them. She said, okay, from them sharing their personal stories and a bit of information about themselves, that she already perceived that there was going to be a fight, and it was going to be between her and Samantha because of Samantha's lateness. Yes, Samantha came, I think, an hour or two late with OJ to brunch. And this was like the second time or third time that Samantha was coming late to their event. Anyways, moving on to the pool party. Moving on to the pool party. Ladies and gentlemen, let's call a spade a spade. That pool party, I don't think the ladies actually prepared for that pool party. Yeah. I don't think they even wanted to have fun in the first place at the pool party, because when you're going for a pool party, how do you dress? You wear bikinis to get into the pool. You know, you come all excited. You know, forget about your makeup, forget about all those. Like, guys, these people still dressed like they were going for one confetti event. Yes. I mean, they were still fully dressed. I mean, save for Tutupie, that's revealed that she was on a monthly flow. Yes, hence the reason she was wearing her PJs. But for every other woman there, I'm sorry, they did not really have a valid excuse. I mean, Princess was all fully dressed. Samantha was fully dressed in a jumpsuit. I think the only person that actually even put an effort was Arafa. Yes, although she was tying a bomb. But I'm like, why are you at a pool party if you know you're not going to get into the pool in the first place? So, just as expected, the pool party was boring. Yeah, the party was boring. Nothing exciting was going on. And then Tutupie thought it better to invite her young friends. And by young friends, maybe people that she's older than, and then maybe one or two that's at the same age with her. But obviously, the likes of Arafa and Comfort were kind of older than Tutu's friends. You know, so the ladies were no longer comfortable. Yeah, they were no longer comfortable. And so they were divided. There were factions, groups, you know, in that setting. Yes, Tutupie was having so much fun with her friends. They were drinking, they were smoking. And then Arafa spotted her godson amongst those kids. That was where she got overly uncomfortable. So she and Comfort, they found their own safe space somewhere else. Samantha was having conversations with Princess. They were talking about how do you feel, and that was where Samantha was like, I thought Tutupie said she had left the streets. Why is the streets here now? Princess too is usually the life of the party, was very, very uncomfortable because, hey, she's married with kids, so these ladies just felt very, very uncomfortable, and so they were just having their different conversations here and there. Arafa was the most pissed because she just felt like the whole setting now was not giving anymore. Like, how can she be partying with her son's age group? That's the part of that conversation I really loved the most. Comfort gave a valid and crystal clear example of what the world is today when it comes to the conversations, surrounding ageism. Yeah, because obviously that was the issue. The older felt uncomfortable partying with the younger. I mean, the only person amongst the ladies that was having the time of her life was Posharella. That one was even rating the party 100%, that she had so much fun, right? Now, according to her, at the workplace, it's mostly young people. Sometimes these young people are even your bosses. You go to bid for a contract. Most of the time, the people winning the contract or the people given the contract are these same young people. That it only goes to show that young people are taking over the world now. The time of the old people is almost kind of coming to an end, and young people are stepping up to the game, which was an excellent way to put it, ladies and gentlemen, because that is what it is. And however way it goes, older people should, just live with it, right? Just live with it, flow with it, because at the end of the day, in your work environment, as an older person, you cannot say, oh, you're uncomfortable working with younger people. Now, that example she gave makes a lot of sense. However, if you look at it from the other angle of partying, ladies and gentlemen, that type of party that was happening at the pool party, I totally stood by Arafa. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, partying in a bikini, dancing sexily, erotically with your godson, with your son's age group. Ladies and gentlemen, personally, I would feel very, very uncomfortable. And so then again, listening to Comfort's confessionals, I'm like, okay, Comfort, why is it that on the show we're seeing you doing one thing, and then in your confessional, you're saying another thing? Yeah, because if really you did not mind that the world is, running really fast, with young people in the lead, then you should have at least partied with the young people, right? But you felt uncomfortable as well because you were very much conscious of your age, right? Of the age gap between you and those young people. Hence the reason you are cacked up with Arafa somewhere. So if, as you said during your confessionals, you were kind of, you kind of understood the situation, then you could have just gone ahead and had fun with the young people. Yeah. So guys, I'm sorry, but this episode, I just did not really understand Comfort's stand on matters most of the time. And yes, 100%, I kind of understand where Afra is coming from. And I love the fact that she actually removed herself for a bit, yes, because it shows that she still sort of has self-respect. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what your thoughts are about that, but here's the question. If you are above 40, if you're above 40, or maybe you're in your 30s, early 30s or late 30s, do you really feel comfortable partying with people that are like 18-year-olds, 20? Do you feel comfortable? Especially most of these house parties, I've seen situations where people go for house parties and it's filled with so many young people that are between the ages of 16 and 24. Yeah, and then you are the one that's like 30, 40, 50. Do you really feel comfortable? So please just go ahead and share in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on another episode of the Real Housewives of Abuja. Have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.